Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending when you see that video. Today I'll talk about unsolved mystery of the grammatic English. Today I talk about of the case of Madame Lalaurie. I do investigate of that case and that horrible. But for that I start with the investigation. Okay, let's start about that case, that horrible story. In the center of New Orleans, in the old French Quarter, there is a beautiful house with a dark past. Long ago, it was the home one of the most feared women in American history, Madame Delphine Laurine. She was born in 1787 into a rich family. The people saw her a charming, important, and very rich woman. But behind the beauty of her home, he has a terrible past, terrible secrets of shock everyone. Okay, what we know about Madame? A fire started at the Lorraine mansion. Firefighters went inside to stop the fire, but what they found was worse than they could imagine. In a locker room, they found insane people who had been treated very badly. Some were starving, hurt, and tied up. The people of the city were hungry. A large group went to the house to protest. Madame Lorraine ran away and was never punished for what she did. What we know about of her story. Madame Lorraine owned of many enslaved people. Neighborhoods had hid screens for the house. A Jew once told her to keep up her sales, but she got them back using other people. Okay, let's start with the speculation. No one knows the full truth about that happens. In the Larry mansion, some of the things people say might be true, but some stories might have been made bigger or even made up for the newspaper, for example. Some historians think that the old New York people stories were right to shock people or to turn people against slavery or used to sell more newspapers. The famous story said, for example, the victims have their bones broken and changed into strange shapes. Some had their mouths changed shut. Strange surgeries were done to them. Some say to the house is haunted. Visitors say they heard screams, see shadows, or feel sudden cold. These scary stories have made the house one of the most haunted places in America, but there is asked, how much real are that? Many stories about what happened come from people talking or newspapers that want to shock readers. Some say she did stranger medical tests on people, maybe where husband helped. Others say even wild things like people with their organs moved or still alive after surgeries. We must remember that newspaper at the time often made story more dramatic. Also, some people want to make the cleared out class look bad, especially as the flight of the and slavery was growing. Still, official records show that at least 12 people died in their homes. Delphine had already been punished before for hurting enslaved people, and she had tried to hide what she was doing. But the real story is even more upsetting. It shows how people use power and money to hide terrible crimes. Madame might have been a cruel person, but she was also part of the system that allowed this kind of abuse. She was the only one doing things in. She used one of the few who got couch. And pass to the conclusions. I have three conclusions of that case. Madame Lalaurie is still remembered as a cruel and powerful woman who was never punished. We may never know exactly what happened, but we do know that many people suffer because of her. Her story shows us that slavery was not only a system, it's all real people in a terrible ways. And it shows how rich and powerful people something escape of justice. Today, the mansion of Madame is not just a place of a tourist. It is remembered of a dark time in the story, whether she was a true monster or part of a bigger legend. Madame Laurie's name will never forgotten. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate your time to listen and see that. I feeling like a detective and thank you so much for watching. See you. Bye bye.